Welcome back to the Cash Flow Experience. This is episode 4. I'm here with my co-host, Miss Destiny Scott. Today, we're going to talk about something really cringy and icky.
Mm.
We are both multi-seven-figure entrepreneurs, and we come from a background of coaching, high-ticket sales, and all things passive income streams. And today, what we're going to kind of be diving into and teaching you and talking about just very openly and candidly is the importance of being like legally protected in your business. And the funniest thing about this, and we're gonna we're gonna have a really open, very open dialogue about this, is
Mhm.
most people when they first start a business, this is the last thing that they're thinking about. This is absolutely not the first thing. It is not sexy. It is not cute. It's not anything anybody wants to think about or deal with, but we're going to dive into today talking about why it is so important to legally protect your business on the front end rather than having to fight lawsuits on the back end, huge retainers for attorneys, and how scary and awful it can be when you're unprotected and your legal team is not built ahead of time. Okay, first
Whoa.
things first. Yeah, first things first. A really, really good friend of mine is actually a contract attorney. And I've worked with her over the years so many times. I absolutely love her. She's done so many incredible things for me in my business. Everything from client contracts, sales contracts, affiliate marketing contracts, branding, trademarking, all of these things. But they can be really expensive,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Some of the biggest, most scariest lessons that I've learned over the years in business was like moments where I literally was like, I'm not ready for that.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Well, and most of us are not ready for it because we go into business thinking about all the beautiful things we can create and not what we need to handle on the back end.
Yeah.
So, I would love for you to dive into your story of why specifically we need something to protect us and what can protect us.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah. So we've done everything from, course creation, high ticket coaching programs, high ticket sales, enrolling, having employees, having affiliate contracts, having people resell our products, our services, people getting access to our proprietary training platforms and training techniques. And all this stuff is proprietary, right?
Yeah.
Because we developed it, we created it, we branded it, we did all of those things. Now, what ends up happening when you're a new business owner, especially in the online space, is people think everything is just out there. People think, oh, I like what that girl did. I'm just going to take it. Oh, I like her little logo.
Mhm.
I'm just going to use it. Oh, I like her font. I like her colors. Oh, I like her branding. Oh, I like her little thing she did in school or Kajabi or
Yeah.
her online platform. I love that. Let me just go in there and take and steal and use and repurpose and whatever. And the reality is, a lot of these things are going on behind the scenes, and a lot of people aren't talking about it. A lot of people aren't even recognizing the fact that they've had content stolen or, whole courses taken. And I've actually never seen a public video about this
Me
before, which I
neither.
think is really crazy. I think people are embarrassed because they don't want to admit that they've been stolen from or that they've gotten into like a really unsexy, cringy type situation in
Yeah.
business. But here's the truth. The truth is, if we don't talk about this, people won't be prepared for this, right? And then it
Mhm.
becomes like a scare tactic. Like, oh, this person's just saying that because they want me to buy something or they want me to pay a lawyer. And the truth is, like, I'm going to be really candid. Like, I've had people like threaten me after they've stolen my
Mhm.
content.
Mhm.
I've had people say that they're going to reproduce my stuff. I've had people do it.
Mhm.
I've had all kinds of legal things going. I've had employees steal from me. I had hourly employees that were working remote that literally went on to bill me for hours of work they never did. And because
Mm.
it's all digital, we
Yeah.
were able to track it all and say, like, no, this work was never performed. But again, I had to almost end up getting into litigation on the back end, going to court to fight to not have to pay this person that ultimately made up a story because they targeted me because I
Yeah.
make money online and they knew it because they worked for me. And, even situations like not having really tight, 1099 contractor agreements with the people that work for you leaves you open to so much liability, right? Like all someone has to say is, you didn't pay me, or I performed work that I was never paid for, or this person promised me this and I never got it, or, this person used my Canva document that I created. So it's my personal copyrighted intellectual
Yeah.
property. That person might even be an employee that works for you. But if they create the graphic, they can claim whatever if all your legal documents are not in order and you don't have everything outlined for the scope of the position, scope of work, what is released,
Mhm.
right? Even podcast release, like you go on
Mhm.
someone's podcast, you have to sign a podcast release. Why? Because there's legalities, right?
Yep.
And what people don't want to admit is that these things are going on all the time in the background. I've spent tens of thousands of dollars on attorneys, contracts, agreements, copyright things, all of these kinds of things, trademarks, right? But I did it retroactively because no one sat down when I was new in business and had this conversation with me. Like, you need to be legally protected on all sides. And don't wait for something to happen. Don't wait until someone sues you or claims that you stole their business name or claims you didn't pay them. Like, you need to make sure when you hire that 1099, that subcontractor, that virtual assistant, that graphic creator, that contract needs to be signed prior to any work being done. And here's another thing that we need to start bringing, awareness to in the marketplace is even things like this. What if you're an affiliate marketer, right? We do a lot of affiliate marketing type
Mhm.
businesses, right? Do a lot of
Yeah.
passive income businesses. What if you're in a company like that where the company has no liability to you because you're a 1099 and you have no liability to them, but you're bringing in, cash flow and businesses, right? Business partners that are using that service, right? So they're kind of attached to you in a way, right? Because you're bringing that affiliate partner in. Now, is there a gray area for liability on that person? Yes.
Yeah. Because I mean, here's the thing, like people do not realize that they actually need to be protected because the terms and services that you sign even when you hire a coach, that you hire any type of service for your business, you can legally be held accountable if you are not operating within their terms and conditions.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's even more interesting about this, and this is something that I'm so glad we're talking about this today, so people are aware of this. If that 1099 agreement does exist between both parties, if an affiliate is joining one of your affiliate partner businesses, if they have a dispute, that dispute could come back on you personally,
Mhm.
whether it's a commission dispute, a promise, of income, right? Anything, marketing, access to softwares that you have or proprietary information. And then you get into this back and forth of this he said, she said stuff, right? Which can be really scary if you're a new business owner because you're like, I didn't promise you this, or I
Yep.
didn't take your, I didn't,
Mhm.
right? And so in these instances, we've actually decided to create a legal boundary bubble around
Yeah.
all of our business entities for this very reason because we've already spent the money on the attorneys. We've already, almost gone to litigation. We've already spent the tens of thousands of dollars on making the mistakes, right? And so if you are a new business owner or you're looking to get into business or you've been in business for a while and you don't have the proper legal protections in place, I want to bring awareness to that today, but I also
Yeah.
want you to know there's a solution for that. There's absolutely a solution to that. One of the solutions would be, making sure that you have access to contracts, making sure that you have access to an attorney at a good rate, making sure that if something were to happen in your business, that you would be ready. It's not, oh my gosh, this happened. What do I do now? And now you have to go find an
Yeah,
attorney.
making sure that you
Yeah.
can pick up the phone and just make one phone call
Mm-hmm.
or have all the forms right in front of your face, like directly. If you need to file a form at 3 o'clock in the morning, you can
Yeah,
because you have
absolutely.
access to it. And being able to make a phone call 24/7, any day, anytime,
Yes.
for anything. Imagine you got pulled over
Oh,
and the cop decided to write you a ticket and you were like, well, I didn't do anything. You can fight that and you have an attorney team right in your palm of your hands. And what, this membership's like anywhere from $99 to $200 a month?
yeah, it's really affordable. And it's wild to me that in today's society, more people aren't concerned about proactive legal protection for their business, right? Because anything can happen. Like last summer, we had like horrible water damage at our house.
Yes,
It was
that was a
awful.
nightmare.
Yeah, and I ended up having to, thank God I didn't have to fight my insurance company. That
Hmm.
was that was good, but they can help with that. But I
Exactly.
ended up having to sue my contractor because my contractor didn't finish the job.
Hmm.
So I ended up having to deal with the fallout, the court, the documents, all of these things just to get this fixed and to get my contractor to rectify the fact that the job was never completed. And it's a time suck.
Mhm.
The legal stuff, what it really is it's a time suck.
Mhm.
Because in the time you could be building your business, getting more leads, or, activating someone or helping someone or coaching someone in your business or doing whatever it is you need to do, you're busy being distracted by legal things, which is
Mhm.
emotionally and spiritually draining
Mhm.
because you literally feel like you're fighting someone, right? Because you're having to deal with that particular issue. And you can't rest until you feel like it's closed because it's always ongoing.
Yeah, so that puts you back into survival mode. And what have we been talking about? We want to get you out of survival mode. So why would you not want something that's effortless in the palm of your hand, literally your phone? You carry that around every single day, so it's literally in your back pocket. You have an attorney team in your back pocket.
It's
That's
absolutely
insane.
crazy.
And also, not to mention, like, fixing your credit and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
so
Identity theft
the
protection.
identity
That's
theft,
another
so
thing.
you're
Social media
protected.
protection. Like,
Mm-hmm.
guys, all of our information is out there. And that's one thing we need to start being more aware of, especially people that create content on the internet, whether, whatever platform you're using. Like, all of your information, you have to make sure you are protecting because it's all out there. There's like every single day a new email. I feel like there's a data breach.
Yeah,
Someone has your information.
all the time.
Well, what do? Do you wait until you get denied for a home loan,
Mm-hmm.
denied for a credit card because you didn't proactively protect yourself or your business? No, you want to do that proactively. So, yeah, guys, today I think one of the most important things I hope your takeaway is from our episode is really simple. Make sure that you have a legally protected business and personal life, social media life, credit, like all your information that's out there. And honestly, if you are a newer entrepreneur, or if you have an existing business, I want to invite you guys to click the link in our bio or in the description box below this video, so you guys can get access to the same legal team that Destiny and I use to protect our multi-7-figure business. And guys, we do anywhere between $3 to $5 million per month in revenue in our businesses. So this isn't like a small little mom and pop business. This is literally the same exact legal protection that we use to protect our families, our households, our social media content, and our multi-7-figure businesses.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that, Jen.
You're so welcome.
Because that is something that we don't typically think about. I know I definitely didn't think about that.
Yeah.
And people can get why I just lost everything.
Sued.
Yeah, well, people can get sued just for saying the wrong thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Because we have
Absolutely.
experienced this with a coach that we actually hired. She had been told that she was rude to her client, and she had to go through an entire court case
That's right.
for this. So it's
Yep.
little bitty things that you don't think about, and people will take you to court for anything.
Given the opportunity. Yeah.
Given the opportunity.
Given the opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah. So definitely make sure that you are proactive in that. Don't wait until something happens to then, double back, spend all this money and do all this stuff. Don't do that for yourself. Again, today's episode is really educational, and sharing some just real life stories of things that, we've gone through. But yeah, we'll end it on that today. But yeah, go ahead and check the description box, either below or link in bio, and check out the same legal protection that Destiny and I both use to secure our businesses and our personal life. And we'll see you guys really soon in the next episode.